Greek's tourism minister, Theoharis, joining us now. Hello to you. Good morning. Thank you for joining us. How do you feel about that news?
Well, we feel that this is a very unfortunate decision, and it's not warranted by the headline data. I remind you that 20 cases per 100,000 of population is the self-imposed yardstick of the UK government, and we are on something between 13 and 14 and going downwards. So this is really unfortunate in our view.
Yeah, there has been some suggestions, though, Tourism Minister, that the Greek government has not been completely open with the number of coronavirus cases in order to try to keep tourism on the level in your country. What would you say in response to that?
This is certainly not true. We have worked very closely with the UK government. We have actually increased the number of tests that we do in the hotspots where they designated, where they feel they have reservations, and we have shared all the data with them, and we still remain one of the countries with the best track record. So there's certainly not a case of that, and if anything, we are taking strict and harsh decisions in specific areas where we see there is a concentration of cases, with no regard to any economic consequences. We try to keep the safety of our citizens and our visitors as our first priority.
You have certainly seen a sharp rise in cases over the last few weeks, despite doing relatively well with the first wave of COVID-19. Is that because tourists are bringing COVID with them?
Well, it's a mixture, if you like. Nobody said that as we open up the economies, there will be, we expected a gradual increase in the number of cases, which is important as long as it does not, that must be kept under control and it does not create pressures on the health systems. I think we've seen this in all of the countries in Europe. So Greece is no exception. And if anything, in this second wave, we've been, I would say, relatively even more successful in relative terms. But in any case, I think we're doing everything in our power to create all the protocols, the extra testing at the airports. I just listened to your plans about possible testing at the airports. We do that from day one in the airports. We test about 15% of every single visitor that comes in. We do it with an artificial intelligence system, so it's very targeted. So in effect, we're doubling the effectiveness of the tests that we're using. So we have created a comprehensive, if you like, plan, which has kept our country, if you like, in relatively state of control throughout the summer. So this is good. I mean, it's understandable that every country takes the decisions that they deem is necessary for the citizens, and we still remain open in the other destinations, and we would welcome UK tourists in those destinations, of course.
So you find that airport testing, sorry to interrupt you, sir, you find that airport testing is working well in Greece? Because in the United Kingdom, the government feels that it only picks up 7% of cases. You would say that that's not the case?
It's working exceptionally well. We have performed hundreds of thousands of tests in the borders, and we only find 0.2% positivity. So this is a very, very good rate, if you like. We have actually a smaller rate of positivity inside of Greece. And we feel that we have kept everything under control due to this system. We're happy to share the practicalities and details with it. We already do so with a number of European countries, and we're happy to do that with the UK, as we have been on an open discussion throughout this period.
Okay, and now this is a challenge for your government. We in the United Kingdom didn't want tourists travelling to and from our countries because there were more than 20 and 100,000 cases of COVID-19 in Greece. The United Kingdom is now at that figure. Does that mean that you're going to be thinking twice about letting us in?
Well, I think from the start, the return to normality, the gradual opening of the borders was a European project, if you like. We all would like to see, with caution, with safety in mind, to see gradual reopening of the economies and of our lives, effectively. So we have, if you like, listened to this call of the people, and we try to provide the necessary infrastructure to do that. Of course, we have put in place certain regulations regarding different countries, depending on their epidemiological data. I cannot say that this will not include the UK at some point in the future, but in the meantime, we certainly welcome visitors from the UK.
Despite us reaching 20 and 100,000 cases of COVID, we're still welcome?
Yes, you're still welcome, because we feel we have the systems necessary in place to control the situation. I must perhaps remind our viewers that we have strengthened very much our national health system during this crisis. And if anything, we do not feel any pressure during this time. There's adequate support for the needs of visitors and citizens alike.
Very much look forward to coming to see you very soon then in Greece. Perhaps we can go together. It's good to talk to you. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you. Did I just invite him to Greece? I think I did.